Rosehill race course. It's the Hotrod Custom Auto Expo. It's bump-in day. That's why you can hear the vacuums blaring, people cleaning their carpets, polishing their cars. Everything you can see has been polished and polished on top of that polish. Sensational. A lot of unveiled cars here today. You can see a couple of them covered up over the back there. Another one over the back over here. Check out this 28 Model A Tudor. Look at the engine in that thing. You can see the sign down beside me. It says a V12 Lincoln Zephyr motor. Wow, that's mad. That thing is sensational. Look how they got the white walls there, and they've got the little inner guards over the centre, and the wheels hanging out either side. Some excellent detail. Look at the back there, little emblem there, V12. What does it say? Maskell's Custom and Classics. Maskell's, great job. That is neat. All that brass plating on there too. I would have to think brass plating or copper plating is probably, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, it's probably cheaper than getting it chromed because they've got to copper coat it before they chrome it. Look at that. Imagine how loud that thing is with these trumpets hanging out the side here for exhaust. I bet the guy that drives it eventually has no hair on his right leg. When he gets out, that thing's going to burn the crap out of his leg. Oh wow, this thing is awesome. Take a look at it. Look at all that copper, brass. I don't think it's copper because you can see the copper running from what I assume is radiator cap here, running through these water ports down at the top of this engine here. Even the copper fuel filter there, running onto those triple carbs. Very nice. Let's have a look at the sign, see what it actually says. It says 28 Model A, or A Model Tudor, chopped and channeled, V12 Lincoln Zephyr motor, C4 auto, push button. It says 9-inch diff, artillery wheels, custom mixed black paint. De Beer is the paint. It says, thanks to all who made this build possible. I agree. Sensational. This Falcon's been around a while. GS Falcon. Seen this at Killer Rides a couple of years ago. Paul Beck had out at Unanderra. Very well built car. Very neat. Let's take a little sticky beak in the window here, or through the sunroof if we can. Beautiful. This kind of looks like its sister car sitting here behind it. Look at that. Great. This has been here before. I've seen this one parked outside near the trade displays. Very nice. Unusual colour combo with that pink and the white, but it makes that engine really stand out, doesn't it? Some nice billet work on top of the shock towers there. Great looking Camaro here. Shade the door handles, but look at that. 69. I do love myself a pro touring car, like my old Chevelle. Big block with a Whipple on it by the look of it, supercharger. Yeah. Bit of wiring work for the display. There you go, man.
Thanks, mate. How are you?
Good, beautiful car. It's got a bit of water on it. Looks like I just come off the tow truck or off the flatbed to get here. Got to finish detailing after they set the display up. 34 Chevy Master. This is a bit like mine. Mine's a 35. Similar sort of shape. Said mine was originally a 4-door and it's been converted by the previous owner to a 2-door. Got a lot of original parts on this. You can see over the other side there the speaker that's on the door there for the drive-in movies. It'd be very difficult to find one of those. .30 Model A behind the people here setting up their cars. Very old school with the flames. What is this? This is not something you see every day either. What does it say on the sign? A 29 Essex Super 6 sedan. Very cool. Got some retro petrol pumps and oil stands here. Obviously all been remanufactured. They look brand new. They look pretty cool though. They're pretty cool sitting in your garage, one of those, or your shed with one of these at the front. Not sure what they're worth, but I'm sure they'll put their prices on them tomorrow. And again, some more retro signs. We've got Hot Rod Hardware Speed Shop here. These guys got some cool stuff. Check this stuff out. They're like, what do you call them? 6 Strombergs, or they call them double triples. Got some really cool stuff here. Just setting up. But imagine all these hot rod guys will be checking these blokes out to see what's new and what they can buy to make theirs just a little bit better. Let's take a look around this retro stand here. Yeah, they're trying to make it as authentic as possible. Check that out. For use as a motor fuel only, contains lead. Tetraethyl. That is cool. Hey, there you are, man. Look at these air pumps. This will be great to have in your shop. Look at this stuff. This is one of those places you come to where you wish money was no issue and you could just buy what you like. You'd take one of each. Seen this green car down at Motor X the other week as well. It's called Dragonfly from memory. It's on a rotisserie. You can see the setup they got here to drive it up on the ramps, and drive it up the ramp. Then they jack it up, pull the ramps out, get the rotisserie running, and go from there. You can see it's a great looking example of a custom car. It looks great on its turntable rotisserie as well. Here's a bit of an example to show you how difficult it is for these guys to get in and get set up and set up some of their displays. You can see this turntable underneath under the aluminium scaffolds. I know this car's airbag as well, so you can see how high it is at the moment, but just to get that thing up onto this ramp here and miss that floor under there. Wow, it's got some great ground clearance. I reckon it'd be easier to navigate one of those big car carriers into a harbour than it would to get this thing set up on these ramps and stands here. You can hear everything groaning underneath that car to take the weight of it. I imagine it must be so bloody heavy with the length of it. You have to take it so easy too, because you hit the brakes too hard there, that thing could roll off those blocks. Would have taken some thought to get that set up or organised. I'd imagine that turntable rotisserie underneath it must have been built custom for this car. It must just land on certain jacking points underneath it. Look at that, damage free. I'll show you how it looks tomorrow when it's spinning around.
And of course there's the Hotrod Custom Auto Expo merchandise. Don't miss a chance to pop up and see them. It's going to be a great day.
Nice looking HQ Premier here. All set up and polished up. I like how he's kept the little Premier badges on the back, that looks cool. On the sail panels there. Alright, what have we got here? Looks like a Ford Galaxy or something. What have we got? 66 Ford Galaxy, 351 Cleveland, C4 box, 4-barrel Holly, Super Sniper EFI, painted in blue mist, father and son effort. Not bad at all. That's a big car too. Looks like the boot is as, or boot or trunk is as big as the bonnet. We got some retail here. What's he said? This guy's selling biltong, which I guess is like a some sort of meat or steak, chewy stuff. What do you call it? Obviously, it's South African. Biltong draw wars, tasting packs. 4 flavours for $50. Check that out tomorrow. Got some antique tyres on display here. All the wheels and tyre combos for all these hot rods that you can see around. These smoothies look cool. I've got some Halibrands like that at home on my hot rod. This Chevy Apache here looks pretty nice sitting there with this guy's display as well. Some lucky kid cruises around in that little hot rod there. That looks pretty cool, hey? Check out this old Falcon Ute. I think this was down at Motor X as well. Very tidy. I remember this vacuum assembly tubing here, how authentic he made it, how it comes up in front of the air cleaner. Nice car. There's the back of that Galaxy. Number plate says 66 Galaxy. Nice. What we got here? A Chevy delivery van by the look of it. This is cool. I'd like to do one of these. I'd like to take it and put another door in the back here. Do it up for me missus, like a family car with a modern LS motor. This one's twin turbo. Cahill Speed Shop. This is nice. I like how it's all satin in colour. There you go, look at that twin turbo LS1. Very cool. I like how in these models they had a very similar front on the smaller cars and the bigger cars. You know, like some of their trucks had this same C10-y looking grille setup. This one here, what's this? A Chevy 3800. So this is probably just like a C10. But it would have had a ute back on it and it would have been a lot shorter in length. This is very nice. We got here EJ panel van. Looks very stock as well in its build. Oh, it says EH on the number plate. Oh, I thought it had the EJ tail lights in it. There's the original rocket red engine. That's how they look, that darker red, not the bright orange that you see people paint their engines these days. As I say, design quintessence, custom sign writing. That looks pretty cool. It's a good advertisement for their business. Orange carpet under the black car, the black van, and the one beside it is an orange van with black carpet. That's a pretty cool setup between these two. Like how they've gone all original with the original looking battery and wiring. Engines exactly how they looked from factory. Very nice. And like I said, over here looks like similar version, orange on black carpet, black on orange carpet. EH panel van. This one's got a LS2, 6 litre LS2 in it. Boy, that's got some shine, hasn't it? Look at the pearl in that paint on that door there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up like I can see here now, but that's great.
Little bloody setup.
What's that?
That's a good little setup.
Yeah, it's just a little gimbal camera. See if I move it side to side, the camera doesn't. It's good for when you're walking around, you know, you don't see that sort of step.
Oh, okay.
4K as well, like the definition of it. If you're wondering what that conversation was about, one of the guys, he was just asking me about my little DJI Osmo 3 camera. He just wanted to know what it was. He was checking out the little camera that was perfect timing, hey? I love that rumble of an LS motor. You can just tell it's very smooth and deep rumble. This is nice. Check out the airbrushing on the back of this 64 EH panel there. Look at that, just ghosted in there. That looks sensational. Let's see another little tricky thing up here. He's got a reverse camera up on the side of on the back of the hatch part of the tailgate. Very cool.
Well, look at the back, did you?
Yeah, if you don't mind. You're just going to open the back up for me so I can check this out.
Yep.
That's okay, I can get it through the window, it's really clean.
Good skulls and that on the lining.
Oh, yeah, I can see them, yeah. Very cool. There's the owner sitting in there. Beautiful.
You get it?
Yeah, got it. Thanks, mate. Look at that paint. You gotta love how big and flat that side panel is there. You get some, they got windows in them. A lot of people take them out. I prefer them without. Looks like a proper panel van there when windows are gone. Seen this thing before up at Homebush at Automotive Dimensions, I think was the car show. It was the first time I've seen this thing. It's called Excalibur. Don't ask me what the car is. Looks like something out of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, doesn't it? I'm guessing they're the normal headlights and there's high beam in the middle there. Imagine those horns blasting at you for him to get out. You get out this guy's way. Awesome. Little Hilux ute, very well built. Is it a Hilux? No, it's a Chevy Love ute. 1976 Chevy Love. Pretty cool. I like it. Everyone's favourite, Back to the Future DeLorean here. Something you don't see that often is the engine in the DeLorean. No flux capacitor in there. This one's done not like Back to the Future. This one is just bog stock how they come out. Aluminium body. Would have saved a fortune on paint. The aluminium body. The old famous DeLorean gull-wing doors. Bit of a shame. Looks like it's been hit with a bit of hail there. It's had a couple of dents popped out, but you can still see a few minor ones there. Imagine coming out and finding your DeLorean all smashed up by hail. That'd break your heart. Pretty cool. I like this retro stuff. What have we got here? Look at this thing. This thing's slammed. Look how low this is. Look at that. It's like 1 inch from the carpet. But it's not touching. Look at this setup in the front here. These cantilever airbag mounts. Looks like he's had to modify the bonnet or the hood to fit that under there. I can kind of see some humps there where the top of those airbag mounts must sort of fit in those slots. Looks pretty cool. It's not something you see every day. He's got Lambo door hinges on this thing as well. You can kind of just see the gas strut down there that assists the door raise and lower. See if I can get a picture of that Lambo door hinge there. Can't really get it without sort of stepping too far. This thing looks like it would blow your eardrums out or destroy my hearing aid if he cranked it up. There's all these airbag cylinders, massive subwoofers in the back there. I still don't know what it is, but I like it. I walked by this hot rod when the guy was just driving it in and setting it up. Yeah, check this thing out. Is this not the best looking thing you've seen? Look at that. Kamikaze doors. Little mirror travels with the door, which is pretty cool. That's beautiful. I've seen quite a few of them with this body shape. I'm not sure if it's a fiberglass body. Looks like it's got a LS1 in it. A little whip supercharger on it. Just to give you an idea of how low that car is, I'll get down here near ground level and show you. Look at that. It's not touching, but it's damn close. You can look down here. You can see down here just how close that is to the carpet. I reckon I could probably get 5 millimetres around, I don't know, 5 millimetres in there. It's very low, very low. Bit of an unfortunate little mark on the front guard there. Hopefully that polishes out for him. I'll just see if I can stick my camera inside this thing and see this interior looks sensational. Look at that. How cool is that? That's currently my favourite hot rod of this show. I just love how small this window section is here, and it just sort of blends off at the back there. That is great. These tail lights are awesome as well.
Very, very happy, mate.
I wonder what they're out of. They look kind of custom made. Look at that, that's great. Look how nice those exhaust tips fit out there. The back there's been scalloped out for them. I guess there's these little indicators down the bottom here. They look pretty cool too, near the brake lights. Some little gas struts there. I like how the fuel filler is tucked in underneath. It's tucked in underneath the rear deck lid here, which is cool. Have a look at the build quality on this thing. Look at that around that filler cap there. You can see down here how smooth these lines are here, and I reckon you could measure them. They would be exactly the same channel all the way around that. Even the gap here where you can see the trunk hinges closed. They've got the little felt things in them just to hide it off. Very neat. Beautiful. Beautiful looking Yenko Camaro here. Not sure if it's a genuine Yenko or a tribute, but it's very nice either way. Yeah, you can see in the boot there what it takes to bring a car to a show. Everything but the kitchen sink. This is a very nice example. Looks very stock looking except for the wheels and brakes. Very nice. Looks very stock. There's a bit of Pro Touring look with those wheels on it. I've also seen this one a few times, unveiled at the Summernats. This was down at Motorex a couple of weeks ago when I was filming down there. This is the best chance I've had at filming this car with all its details. Take a look at that. Yeah, look at that custom fuel cell there, and the size of those fuel pumps. It's like a surge canister, and this excellent little setup there that holds it in position. Geez, it would have took some work to tuck that all in, get that fuel filter down the side of that roll bar, and you look there, you can see down the side of that roll bar. There's probably, I would say, 2 or 3 millimeters clearance, and you get down the side of this one. You see down there 2 or 3 mil clearance. This thing is like an exact mirror image of every part in that boot. Awesome. There's a little battery switch up there. Very nice. But look at the size of those wheels. Those brakes in there are as big as the wheels on, I don't know, on a little Datsun. They're huge. You can look straight through the wheel there. You can see the chassis rail underneath. This thing is absolutely immaculate. You can see that brake caliper. I'm not sure if it's the same colour, but it looks a shade darker. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, the polishing cloth is there like every other car down here. Get everything shined up and beautiful looking. I reckon they must cover this engine. I reckon they must cover this engine every night. Individual parts. I reckon that head would be covered, that head would be covered. You can tell the engine's not a runner. You can see the belt isn't tensioned. It's loose on there. Bit of a giveaway for it, but it looks fully wired up like it would actually start if you wanted to, but I guess because it's on the show run, it's not in a place where he wants to start this thing yet, but I reckon whoever's it is, he would drive the shit out of this thing when it's complete. You can kind of see on the front discs here that it hasn't been used in anger, but you can see that the disc has some scoring on it from discoloration on it from being pushed around, having to put the brakes on, rolling off the back of trailers and bits and pieces. It's a really, really well tucked away sway bar roll bar as well. Look at this roll cage. You can see how it's, I don't know if you can notice there, but you can see the key design there where the roll bars fit together, and it's fixed by a screw on the back of it there. The same on the back of that sway bar right there. It's all keyed keyed in together to make it easier to fit into the car after the interior's in it. Very nice. Very, very nice. The attention to detail on this thing. Check out how neat that door latch is. A little bit of wear here from where it touches the rubber on the other side. Might want to touch that up, but very, very nice. This was down at Motorex as well. Like the little built-in scoop on the hood, on the bonnet. Just so that engine fits in there. Can you notice it? There's the old Vlechkas down here. This young fella earning his pocket money here, polishing the car. Earning his pocket money, is he, mate? Polishing. Let's have a look inside this. You see the Haltech dash in there. Really, really neat. Look at the tub. Can't be going to Bunnings and chucking planks in the back of that thing. Here's old mate down here polishing it up, cleaning underneath before he sticks the mirrors under there. Welded in tailgate as well. You see there's no actual tailgate to drop down, which is a pretty cool touch. Let's see if I can see right in the tub here now. Look at that. That's perfection. Absolutely beautiful.
Spray on the...
And you get a thing.
Really nice looking 67 Mustang here. 67 Mustang Coupe. Look at that. Beautiful. You have to say, Aussies and show cars, we really love our superchargers. Looks great, doesn't it? You don't see too much of the red anodized on things anymore. A lot of people go for the black, but that's looking the goods. Bit of back to old school, and I like that. Let's take a look inside this thing. That's cool. I like the no headrest with the low back buckets there. That's another awesome little setup there. I'm not sure if they're a standard looking door scuff plate there, but they look cool. Really nice in the boot as well. Shaved boot lock. See if we can see underneath this thing a bit. It looks as good underneath as it does on top. Not sure if there's enough light down here to show you, but check out how neat that is. We've got another EK Holden over here. EK sedan. Upstairs we have that EK panel van that I liked. I do like the panel van over the sedan. There's some good bodywork on this car. Look how tight those gaps are. That's hard to keep them that tight and have a door open, which is awesome. Small block Chevy in there. Twin Hollies. Look at that, very neat, very nice. Got a reasonably stock looking VL here. Has a 304 in it by what the sign says. Got the drag lights on it. Must be some sort of tub in there to get that wheel under it. Looks like a stock colour. It's got Venetian blinds. Everything fairly standard looking except for those back wheels and those gauges inside. You wouldn't pick this thing as a pretty fast car if it's driving down the street. Bit of a sleeper. 1926 Model T. It's like a delivery, old school delivery van. Some more spoked wheels. Good to see a bit of retro back here. A lot of really cool looking hot rods. Bit of a gap here, something's still missing. Someone hasn't showed up, obviously. The 37 Ford Coupe there. What have we got here? We got a Sigma. Don't see Sigmas very often these days. You especially don't see them with a Ford V8 in them. Sits in there nice, doesn't it? The old GSR Sigma, eh? They were very popular with a certain ethnic group back in the day. Look at this thing. That's got some shine. Everything shines on that car. That's 57. I don't know if you can see my reflection walking there past the side of that thing. Very nice. This Mustang here, got sexy number plates. Actually says sexy. Sort of cool little addition to the bonnet here. You can see through the Lexan on the bonnet there. You can see the Coyote motor looking back at you down there. Guards are severely pumped on this thing. It's got massive wheels under it, front and back. Well, that's fat. Well, that's a lot to polish. It's got a lot of shape to it. You'll be able to see the polish on different angles if you don't get it off. Looks huge. Ford here. Got one in the build here. Deuce Customs, Detroit Classics. It says two things. I'm not sure which one it is, but. These guys here, automotive logistics specialist. Need a car shipped from overseas to Australia. Well, obviously, or Australia to somewhere else. Look them up. Oh, really nice Holden Ute parked up here. 350 supercharged. Number plate Pro 350. Not bad. I like it.
Yeah, can I get attention again, please? The snack bar is still open upstairs, so if you want something to eat, please come over now because we want to close up fairly soon. So the snack bar upstairs beside the stage. Thank you.
I heard the word bar and I thought he was saying the bar's open, but he said snack bar. Here's a really nice 68 SS. You gotta love how these headlight covers just slide back. It's a real cool little trait they had back in the day. It's all right, you can go for it, your car. Sorry? Don't want to walk in front of you. No, it's all good, mate. I'll stay at yours too. Nice low back buckets here too. I like that look. Back seats match the front. Made to be like 2 bucket seats in the back. Can you see that? That looks pretty cool. Vintage air conditioning in this thing. Very nice. So there's some LED taillights on there. I like this bottom apron down here. They've got the exhaust pipes sticking out of them. Have a look how neat that is. They could have just made a slot there, but it's like they half dimple dyed it around the pipes there. It looks great. A little subtle changes from standard, which looks cool. Flush fit glass. Very nice. '29 Ford. Nice old school retro flames on this old hot rod here. That is old school. That is like full painted on there, not airbrushed. That's hardcore old school. It's even got the original vinyl roof. A lot of people weld that hole in. They've kept it up there. It's actually sealed off. You can see there's a roof lining inside it, but externally back in the day, I don't think they could make a roof panel big enough to and keep it flat enough. So they made those vinyl tops just to cover that opening. '71 HQ Monaro here. Not a car show without a nice HQ Monaro. Those HQ guys will notice that these wheel arches have the cable grooves deleted on them, both sides. You can see at the back they've got WB brake booster and master cylinder, so there's no pipe work running down to the little valve that's normally on your swing arm or your wish arm mounts there. Deleted the vents or the fan. It's got a full mod plate on it. I'm not sure why it's got a mod plate, but those 350 engines come out in Monaro, so it's a car that came with that engine, so it shouldn't need a mod plate. Very neat. Looks like another unveil car covered up here, ready to unveil tomorrow. A couple more hot rods here. Says on the sign it's a 32 Ford Tudor. Another 34 Tudor. And that's just awesome how you can get a hot rod, just take the bonnet off it, take the side covers off and just have that engine hanging out there. It'd be like that that Ford there, taking the guards and bonnet off and driving down with just his chassis hanging out in the radiator on the front. It's awesome. And T-bucket. Like I said, there's the unveil car there, which is covered up for tomorrow. Kind of resembles a FJ to me by the shape. This is a Toyota Land Cruiser, been slammed. Slammed that much that you can see into the bonnet here where he's had his wheel arches extended in to take the size of the wheels that are under the front of it and allow some turning circle. Brake boosters right down the front here to clear everything off the firewall. Massive wheels. Bit of dirt there, mate. You better clean under the mud flap, mud guard. The engine didn't look too much in the front of this, but I can see a NOS bottle in the back. I'm not sure if the bottle is for looks or if it's where it's actually plumbed into the engine. I'll go around and see what we can see there. I don't even know what engine that is. It's just a Toyota V8. I actually thought these V8s were diesel. Don't think you put NOS on a diesel engine, but either way, the bottle looks cool. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. You can, and you own the car or you know someone that owns it. I don't mind being wrong. Here's the Glass for Classics stand. You can see you got some t-shirts set up. Got the window suction cup things they sell, t-shirts, all the type of glass these guys have and all the rubbers they have for those old school cars. Door rubbers, window rubbers, Bailey channels. They got everything here. They sell it all. Stainless stuff here. You can see the stainless stuff here, ready to make your own trim. Pretty cool. That's it for this level. I'm going to go over to the hot rod section, show you what's going on over there. Ooh. Back to this. I love this thing. I love that it's a V12. You can never have enough cylinders. What have we got here? Roops, polishers, automated polishing equipment. Got some vacuum systems there too, obviously for sucking away all the dust and stuff when you're polishing. Auto glim stand here, all their polishers and cleaning items. And some old school retro pictures, hot rods and stuff. Leadfoot Legion.
Well, with that information, ladies, let's uncover this amazing ride that we're asking is the car is simply called Cable. The car is simply called Cable, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together on a beautiful blue colour that is. And that's the e-transmission. All powered by the high-end. Now the interior itself, so it's the passenger seat that can come out, and it's the ability to then say that somebody who's customers supplied the chassis for this, and the bonnet, and the front cap, and the firewall. So it's a 34 pack with a grafted 32 firewall, 32 grill, and then a combination 32 for
These guys built it, they took out.
So I'll take the bonnet off down there and you'll see that unlike the traditional 34, it doesn't have a big notch in the top of the firewall, it's dead flat. When we look at the car kit as well, the colour does sit on it beautifully, and it's all about not only
I'm great.
Let's start my mission statement. Ladies, shall we uncover it so that we can see how beautiful this little bright airplane is now? Let's give Greta and Donna and Annie's restorations a really big round of applause because that is stunning. Let's jump and dance together. Now, Greg's going to make his way back in. Greg, you had a thought to build something different. What is it?
I'm great.
Let's start my mission statement. Ladies, shall we uncover it so that we can see how beautiful this little bright airplane is now? Let's give Greta and Donna and Annie's restorations a really big round of applause because that is stunning. Let's jump and dance together. Now, Greg's going to make his way back in. Greg, you had a thought to build something different. What is it? So it's a special code, and as we spoke to this vehicle. Now, what Greg is saying there is the checkered past, which won the Riddler a few years back, is painted in a very similar colour by Charlie Hutton, and so as an inspiration from him to see this pickup in that colour is also wonderful. Let's talk about the interior.
The interior is interesting because we started off with nothing. And we took this on the whole pair of metal seats, which fitted perfectly. And then we had a gentleman named Mark from
It's got to be flat all the way through, so look, it's probably too good for it to take to a run, but it's our standard and that's what you've got to do.
So, Phil, I think the next steps for you for this beautiful three-wheeler, what are you going to do?
pretty much it. That's the main objective now is to finish it off and get it registered to it. They've got the drive, there's still a few things to be sorted out. Let's close the heading, so I'll be calling on that to help me get it going. But I would just like to say that originally I brought this down to Steve to help me get the legal interior or whatever that style. So it's quite a small block with fairly heavy, so it's right out. And that was put together by my different matchups, just standing once again there. The latter was
So, working through that, what about the interior? It looks like it's a very comfortable place to sit.
yeah, I said it too much because yesterday saying the right has